And happy Valentine's Day, and welcome to the virtual Greater Boston Church of Spiritualism. Please join me in our opening prayer. Infinite Spirit, beloved God, we open our hearts and minds to your presence, to your light, and to your love. We ask your blessing as we gather here today in community and in harmony. Help us to remember who we are as a part of you. Help us to open our hearts and bring your love into the world, so that we may move through this life together as one in our family of humanity. We ask that you bring our loved ones close today, so that we may feel their love and understand fully that life and love continues into eternity. We give thanks for this knowledge, and we say amen. And since it is Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day is all about love and how we share that love in our lives, not just romantically, but through our friendships and all the relationships we have with the larger world. Since this is Black History Month also, we would like to honor some of the Black Americans who, despite the limitations that were put upon them, contributed so much to this world. And here are just a few. Ida Wells was a Black American journalist during the late 1800s and early 1900s. She was a great advocate for equal rights and fought against social injustice. She wrote for all the Black newspapers across the country, and her autobiography is called Crusade for Justice. Claudette Colvin was a 15-year-old who was the first to refuse to move to the back of the bus, and she and 3 other women challenged the segregation laws before Rosa Parks. And my favorite, Onesimus, who was an enslaved man brought to Boston from Africa and was given to a church minister, Cotton Mather, in 1706. He shared his knowledge of African inoculation against disease. And when the smallpox epidemic hit Boston in 1720, Mayer inoculated over 240 people with great success. Onesimus' practice of scratching the skin and infecting a small area with the virus was used to inoculate American soldiers during the Revolutionary War. These are just a few Black Americans who let love and passion fuel them, and they did their part to create a better world. So in honor of these wonderful people and all those who have gone before us, let us love one another, and let us celebrate love today and every day with our actions, with our kindness, and especially our caring and love. And now if you join me in our prayer for spiritual healing, which will appear on the screen. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstruction from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. And now it's time for our healing meditation, a time when we can let go of the busyness and of all the stresses of life and just settle in, relax, and remember who we are as a part of the divine creator. So just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath as you settle into this sacred moment of now, and just breathe. Breathing in and breathing out slowly and gently, and allow your body to relax as this breath moves through your body. And as you breathe in, just imagine a beautiful light flowing in with that breath, moving deep inside, moving through your bloodstream into every vessel, into every nerve, into every cell. And as you breathe out, release any stress, strain that you've been holding on to in that physical body. And just allow your body to return to its natural state of ease and grace. Breathing in the light of God that is all around you and allowing that light to be awakened within. And breathing out anything that is not that light. Anything that has moved you out of health and that wonderful state of ease and perfection. And just breathe and allow that light to gently travel from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, bringing your body back into harmony and ease. And know that within every cell and particle of that body is the light of God, is the healing power, waiting to bring to you what you need to restore the harmony within all of your systems. So just breathe, surrender, and relax into this wonderful healing light that flows through you now. And as your body relaxes, allow that light to travel through your mind, quieting those busy thoughts, helping you to let go of all the thoughts that have held you back from understanding who you truly are as a beautiful spirit of God. And as you allow this light to fill your mind, you can feel your mind expanding and opening to the light that is all around you. And as this light fills your mind, you are filled with the knowing that you are loved beyond measure, completely and exactly as you are. There is nothing you need to do to be worthy of this love. It is yours. For you are always and forever a part of the divine, loved completely. So allow that knowing to flood your mind, to flood your body, to flood your emotions, and bring to you everything you need to remember who you are as a loved being of light. And as this light continues to flow through your mind and body, moving through your emotional body as well, clearing away the hurts and pains of yesterday, helping you to let go of any negative emotions you've been holding on to, washing away fear and worry. Just allow this light to become a part of you, to surround you, to open your heart in love and awaken that divine spark deep within. And as you become aware of this beautiful spark that flows out from your heart, you become aware of who you are as that spark of divine love. And as you become aware of who you are, you feel yourself wrapped in love. On the wings of angels, you are carried high above that room that you are sitting. And just imagine yourself being carried and placed on a beautiful, light, fluffy cloud of love. And feel that cloud totally enfold you with pure love. That love comes from the Creator. It is part of all of creation. And you can feel that cloud gently being guided by that beautiful angel that has placed you in a place of pure love high above the physical world. And as you float along in this beautiful cloud of light and love, you feel that love permeating every aspect of your being. And your heart expands and opens and wants to share that love. As you look down upon this world, you feel the love overflowing from your heart, flowing down onto the world below. You send this love to every individual, to every part of creation, to every blade of grass and every tree. You send it deep into the planet. For from this place of being loved, you know that all need this love to continue on, to awaken to the love that is deep inside of them. You feel whole, complete, and perfect as you lie in this beautiful cloud of love. And you know beyond any imagining that you are loved completely, and that will never end. That you are whole, complete, and perfect, and filled with divine love in every moment of every day. There is no lack. There is no absence of this love. It belongs to you and everyone. And this brings you to a state of joy, of fulfillment as you float along with the beautiful world beneath you. You look down and see it all as perfect, as every part of this world deserving of love, deserving of your kindness, deserving of peace and harmony. And as you feel this love enfolding you, you know that you will do your part to bring this love wherever you go. For here you are being loved, and you can feel the rays of God's love shining into you, filling you completely. And you know that this will never end, that love is always there for you to feel, to experience, and to share. So as you float along this cloud, you continue to share that light, that love, that peace, that fulfillment that you feel in this moment, that joy. You allow it to flow out from you and to fill your world. For you know that you are part of all of creation. And as you share this love with every part of creation shares it right back with you. For in this divine light, we are all one. Feel that beautiful cloud of love flowing now under a rainbow of light, and feel all the colors of the rainbow filling you and bringing to you everything you need. Feel the red flowing all around you, bringing the strength you need to love, truly love completely. Feel the beautiful orange awakening your passion for life so that you may share the love within you with all. Feel the yellow like the sunlight awakening your optimism and your joy, and know that you will carry this joy and share it with everyone you touch. Feel the greens of healing moving through every particle of your being, filling you with life force, returning you to your natural state of life. And know that you are here to live your life fully and completely as you share your essence with all. Feel the beautiful, peaceful blues flowing around you, holding you in a state of peace, so that nothing can take away your peace, for it comes from within, not without. Feel the lavenders and the purple awakening your spirituality, helping you to be the spirit you were created to be. And feel the white light of God flowing all around you and through you, and sealing you into this rainbow of light that exists within you. And you are never apart from it, for you are always sealed in the healing light of God. And that love is always there, waiting to be expressed through you in so many wonderful ways. Take a nice deep breath now. Know who you are and feel yourself gently being guided out of that rainbow and carried ever so gently back to the room. As you feel yourself once again sitting on the chair, feeling the clothes upon your body, and just take a nice deep breath and know that you are loved beyond measure. You have all the love you could ever need in every moment, and you have plenty of love to share with every being you encounter, as well as with all creation. Knowing who you are, filled with love and light, take another nice deep breath and gently bring yourself back to the room. And as you rejoin the room, smile and know that you are loved beyond measure and you have plenty of love within you to share. So especially today on this Valentine's Day, share that love and let it flow out into the world so that you make a difference. And now if you join me in reading our Declaration of Principles, which will appear on the screen. In spiritualism, we have no rules or regulations, no dogmas or creeds, but we do have a set of principles that help us to live our lives in wonderful, balanced ways. Number one is we believe in infinite spirit and that God is infinite spirit. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite spirit. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of an individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule, whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that they make their own happiness or unhappiness as they obey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. And we affirm the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. And now it's a pleasure to introduce to you today our speaker will be Valerie LaCount. She is the vice president of our church, and she will be followed by Damien LaCount, who will offer another beautiful musical selection.
Let me start by saying good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you've found the opportunity to connect. My name is Valerie LaCount, and I'm a proud member of the Greater Boston Church of Spiritualism. I'm here to talk to you about a difficult and too often avoided topic. I am privileged. I've chosen that word with very specific intention. I'm privileged, first of all, to be able to have the opportunity to share my perspective, my experiences, particularly during the most recent period of growing awareness of the extent of racial inequity in this country and in the world. More importantly, I'm privileged because of the color of my skin. Not because of my bank account, which is meager. Not because I haven't worked hard, because I have and I do. Not because of my living conditions or the car that I drive or any of a myriad of reasons I could list. Simply because the color of my skin does not make my life more difficult on a regular basis. I have to admit, I've long considered myself a relatively kind, considerate, and until recently would have said colorblind person. I've come to realize just how impossible that truly is. Like many people, I might have been the first to tell you I didn't have a racist bone in my body, and I didn't care if you were white, black, blue, or purple. Using terms like colorblind, meaning we don't even see race, that refusal to see it often goes hand in hand with an urgent desire to stop discussing racial disparities as soon as possible. Truth be told, on a soul level, we are all one. That has great weight in heaven and hopefully in many fully enlightened arenas. But let's be real, we're not in heaven, not yet. And on the earth plane, colorblindness is a detriment. It's an ongoing process, but I'm learning, day by day, a healthier, more helpful approach, and I'd like to share with you. First of all, approach the conversation with respect. It's vital to approach the topic of race with respect. Respect for its weightiness and its nuances. Respect for centuries of pain and oppression. respect for multiple personalities, perspectives, and narratives. Respect for those who have been lifted up and for those who have been pushed to the background. Respect, most importantly, for the person you are engaging with. Race, racism, and the racial inequities breeds in topics of discussion that can polarize a space very quickly. Coming from a respectful place that is open and willing to learn and listen goes a long way to diffuse potential discord before it even begins to happen, and preserve space for meaningful dialogue. Put aside your preconceptions. It doesn't mean personal experiences aren't valid. It simply acknowledges that personal experience can't possibly give the complete view of such complex issues. The history of racism extends far beyond individuals. It encompasses years and years of both individual and community experience. It is important to recognize and acknowledge the validity and reality of other experiences. When you engage, examine your motivation. When having a conversation about race, it is important to be aware of why you want to have that conversation in the first place. Why are you engaging in the conversation about race? If it's just curiosity, a pet project, a desire to fit in or not look silly, or to feel less guilty, you might want to reconsider. If you are ready to be a part of change and you want to understand racism better so that you can be a part of that change, then come on. Recent events were not solely a single event of racism or injustice. They acted as a tipping point. The same technology that allows me to be here with you today is what's made a huge difference in this experience. The fact that the instances are being caught. They're on video, they're on cameras. People know about them. That's causing the dialogue to begin. And it's so important that we continue that dialogue. Having a love for humanity means a respect and honor for all pain and a oneness of purpose toward dismantling ignorance and pursuing justice. The moment you're here in this country or in the world, on the earth plane, your reality is connected to a racial construct that is probably not of your creation. Embrace the comfort, the discomfort of not knowing. On our way to new knowledge, we have to resign from a place of comfort and embrace discomfort as not having all the answers. That's really hard to do. We always want to know. We want to be sure that we're saying the right thing. This is an arena that most of us don't know what the right thing is. Being open to listening, to hearing, to talking, and being heard and hearing others is so important. Acknowledging that it is important to understand, a willingness to be educated and informed is what will help us to grow. This is true in life, and it is especially true when it comes to race. It's important to recognize that we don't have all sides. We don't have all the answers. And the only way we can gain that knowledge is to listen, not talk. The amount of energy that we put into listening just in order to be able to come up back with a response, an answer, is not enough. It is so much more important to understand hearing what somebody really has to say. Hearing what other experiences are helps us to realize how we can move forward and how we can best help. Find out what you don't know. Developing a strong understanding of race requires a combination of individual and group learning. We can all accomplish a lot on our own through offline and online research, resources, articles, papers, books, studies, webinars, workshops. They're all out there waiting to be experienced, to be discovered. Conferences, meetups, casual conversations with friends and colleagues. Those conversations can be tough. They can be really uncomfortable. But there's no growth without stretching. The best conversations and comprehension can arise from holding past learning up to new ideas or new knowledge and moving forward with that knowledge. Personal conversations are okay whenever or with whomever, but if we only have those type of conversations, we're only learning about the personal side of race and racism. We have to get educated about how we got here in order to effectively plan on how we're going to move forward. The effort should go beyond personal conversations. The dialogue is only the starting point in the effort to become educated and understanding the complex topic of race. Listen and be open to questions. The simple proverb, listen to understand and then speak to be understood, rings true. Genuine listening takes effort and patience. It is important to seek out answers to questions that you don't know and be willing to be educated on topics that you are uninformed or misinformed about. Real listening often results in questions, and I'd encourage us to embrace this approach. Never be afraid of questions. They aren't disrespectful. Asking questions shows a willingness to learn and to understand. Those who remain ignorant because they fear questions damage this dialogue. By asking questions, you are making a conscious effort to better yourself and the world that we all live in. Internalize what you've learned. New information has to pass through the gauntlet of your prevailing worldview. According to the Frameworks Institute, facts alone do not often change people's ideas. It's necessary to change the frame so that people can hear the issue in a new way. Facts will then provide important support to the new frame. When the facts are linked to a broader view and values and meaning, it's so easy to hear something new, to even be convinced of its veracity and how it should impact our daily lives. And yet 3 days later, return to the status quo. Go back to exactly what we were doing before. It's important to make an effort to apply these changes to your mindset and your actions. Commit yourself to change. One easy way to start internalizing this practice is by identifying whatever race-based biases you might implicitly hold. It's really hard because we tend to say, oh, that I don't really feel that way. Stop and really take stock of where you stand. Let me give you an example. You're walking down the street, it's dark, and you see a person of color walking towards you. They may have on a hood, they may have on glasses, they may be moving what you consider to be strangely. Do you clutch your purse closer to your body? Do you gather yourself and take stock and look at where you are? What would you do if it was a person who was white? A person that you might recognize? Did you react differently? Would you want to be reacted to the way you just reacted yourself? That's what happens every day. I've heard that it takes anywhere from 21 to 66 days to make a habit stick. If that's true with things like exercise and eating, you best believe it's true with our habits and our biases. Change doesn't come easily, and active work must be done in order to make a positive impact. A well-intentioned journey of re-education about race and racism is a commitment. If you fall short today, don't stop. Start again tomorrow and really commit. It's It's going to take time. But if we don't all make that effort, nothing's going to change. This is the first time in my history that I can really feel a sense of hope, of there being an opportunity to make a difference. Let's not let that momentum go. Privilege can be present in any circumstance. It's important to name privilege whenever it exists. That's why I mentioned it at the top of this topic. Being white and benefiting from white privilege does not disqualify you from having a voice in the fight for racial equality. This acknowledgement of privilege should invoke a willingness to listen, to be educated, and to understand how you can use this privilege for the betterment of others. Get comfortable with your own story. Understanding who you are, your values, your beliefs, your goals, and your morals. Your aspirations will help you to better formulate the next steps in building racial equality. Stories are powerful tools to cultivate dialogue and bring us to a place of harmony. They don't negate our understanding of race. They simply reveal where we are at this moment. Then it is up to you to stay stagnant or progress. What has brought you to this point? How do you want to use your past experiences to shape your future? How can you be part of the change that you hope to see in the world? These are all questions that will help you make meaningful steps toward a more just future. Moving forward, Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "A mind that is stretched by new experience can never go back to its old dimensions." One of our forebearers. These recommendations require you to understand yourself, others, and the situations at hand. The process brings about empathy, which is a crucial ingredient of meaningful action. The hope is that we all become better equipped to talk about racism and come together to make a positive difference in our communities, in our homes, in our hearts. That's where it begins. If you share that hope, taking action in your own life on any of these points is a great start. It's important to understand the differences that the concept of race brings. Rather than eliminating any notion of these diversities, it's important to acknowledge them. Each person brings a different story, a different experience, and a perspective to the table. By having meaningful conversations on race that serve as a space for learning and action planning, we can hope that this dialogue will act as the first step towards change and equality for our future. I am, in fact, privileged. I'm privileged to have the opportunity to learn. I'm privileged to be a member of the Greater Boston Church of Spiritualism, and I am privileged that you have given me some of your time today. I hope that you will join me in trying to make a conscious change in the world as we have known it and help bring it to the place that we would like it to be. Thank you so much.
Hard to say these things out loud, but
Thank you, Valerie, and thank you, Damien. And now it's time for our spirit communication, a time where I will be a medium and just bring to you any information that the loved ones have. I don't know who's out there watching, but I know that the spirit world does. So I'll bring you whatever evidence they bring, and I know they come in to share their wisdom so that we may learn from them, when we may live our lives in a better way because of the things they learned in their lives. And I know that's the purpose that they want to share with you. So let's see who's with us today. Okay, I have a woman who comes in. She comes in very strongly. I feel like she's very tall and very sturdy in her build. I feel like she's coming in with a Navy uniform on. She has that white cap on, and she's in her uniform and feeling very proud about it. So I feel like that was a big part of her life, being in the Navy, and I feel like she would have been an officer in the Navy. I feel like she made this her career, and she spent many, many years in the Navy. I'm not feeling that she had a family of her own. I don't feel like she had children, but I do feel like she had nieces and nephews, and she had people in her life that she loved very much. And I feel like she wants to share her strength with the people from her life. I feel like there's a niece and a nephew that she's reaching out to, and I feel like she wants to share the strength that she had and the stamina. She said it took a lot of stamina for her to move up the ranks in the military, because I feel like she entered the military not when women were the norm. So I feel like she was kind of forged the way for other women to find their way as officers and as soldiers. So I feel like she's saying it takes a lot of stamina and strength to change things. And I feel like her niece and nephew are involved in making changes, not just in their lives, but in systems. And she said, when you're trying to make a change in a system, it happens slowly. You have to have patience, and you have to have stamina and strength so that you can stick with it throughout the process of the changes. She said changes happen over many years in systems. It's not an overnight thing, but every single thing we do to bring about that change is good and worth the effort. So I feel like she's coming in to say, don't give up. Everything you're doing is making a difference and moving this system into something better. So I feel like she's letting me know that the niece especially is thinking that it's not doing any good and is starting to give up a little. And she's saying, don't give up. It takes stamina and strength. Just hold on and just continue what you're doing, and do it peacefully, respectfully. That was always the key. She found that when she wanted to make a change, she needed to be respectful, and she needed to go about things in a peaceful, respectful manner, because then she was listened to. When she went at it fighting, nobody would listen to her. So she's saying you have to do things in the right way if you're going to make a difference. So I feel very much she's encouraging everyone to help bring about the changes in the systems in the country and in the world, but do so respectfully and peacefully and lovingly, because then you'll be listened to. And that's when change happens. When people begin to respect you because of who you are, they put you in places that can really implement those changes. So don't give up. You're on the road, and I feel like the road is turning. And she said the wheels turn slowly, but they turn. So don't worry. Just keep on going. and she's trying to bring her stamina and her strength behind you. She was a way shower for others, and she's encouraging all the way showers that it takes you to do the work, and you might not be the one that reaps all the benefits, but many behind you will reap those benefits. So be glad, because that's where our greatest blessings are, when our lives make a difference for someone else's life. And she said, that's what you'll celebrate when you get over here, how you made a difference for other people. And she said, and you'll feel fulfilled at the end of your life, and very joyful and happy, as she does. I feel like she felt very fulfilled in what her job was in life, and that was to pave the way for others. And she did it in a beautiful way. So I leave you with her blessings and much love. She has much love to share. Saluting you, too. Thank you for coming in. Wonderful spirit. Okay, I feel like I have a grandfather's energy who comes in. I feel I'm a little unsteady with him as he comes close to me. I feel like I would have had some issues with my back. I feel curved, hunched over. I feel like he would have had a cane or a walker at one point, because he had a lot of difficulty with his balance and a lot of difficulty getting around. And this is what he's making me feel. I feel like he wasn't as communicative, he says, as he could have been. I feel like all the aches and pains that come with this old body that he had kind of quieted him down, and he wasn't able to really communicate what was actually going on inside of him because of all those aches and pains. I feel like he's telling me he was the grumpy old man, and he laughs about it. So that was a joke. So I think people used to call him the grumpy old man just to get him. And that would get his goat, and then he'd get even grumpier. But underneath it all, he wasn't grumpy at all. He was really such a powerhouse in his younger days, and it was very difficult for him to move through old age and deal with the issues that came up in that physical body. And he said, you have to learn to take care of that body when you're young, because if you don't, you're going to end up like me. I feel like he didn't really care much about his body when he was younger. He was able-bodied. I feel like he would have worked outside, and he would have been out in the cold and out in the weather a lot. And I feel like he didn't think about what he needed to do for his health. So, because he's showing me him smoking and doing things that might not have been best for his physical body. And he said, I suffered the consequences later. So he says, pay attention to how you treat that body, because you want it to last a good long time. And you want it to be healthy when you get to your ripe old age of, I feel like he was like 89 when he passed. But I feel like he left behind many children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, even some great-grandchildren. I feel like there's a big brood of people that he's left behind. And he says, I'm sorry they didn't all know me as the happy-go-lucky, fun guy that I was when I was young. He said, when I was young, I had quite a sense of humor, and I was the life of the party. I feel like he's showing me young with his wife on his arm, and a real dapper Dan he was. And he liked to have a really good time, and he liked to be with people. He said, my life changed me over the years, and he said, I'm sad that my kids and my grandkids didn't really know who I was at the beginning, because life made changes within me, and my personality shifted and changed as well. So he said, all you got now is stories, but he said, underneath it all, I loved you all, and I still do. And I might not have said it because I wasn't able to communicate in my later years, but he's coming in now to say he loves you. He especially wants to talk to his grandchildren who didn't get a chance to know him fully, and his great-grandchildren, to let them know that he still looks out for them. Even if they didn't know him, he knows them. And he's looking out for them and he's holding up a big fish. So I feel like he would have fished, and I feel like there's a grandchild that fishes because he's got this big fish hanging on the wall, and he's talking specifically to this one grandson who fishes, and he says, I want you to know that I'm there with you, and I'm sitting in that boat with you when you're fishing, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. He said, never think you're alone. When you're having fun, I'm right there beside you. But even when you're not having fun, when you need some help, you can call on me too, because I had a lot of experience in life, and life changed me, not always for the better. He said, but I learned from that, and I learned that when we can let life change us for the good or not for the good. And he said that's always a choice. So take every experience in life and let it make you be better than you were, not worse. He said certain experiences in my life made me worse than I was, not better. And I learned when I got over here how I could have made a different choice. So he's here to help you to make the choices in each moment, to find the best in every experience and allow it to bring the best out of you. Don't let life change you for the worse. Let life help you find who you really are so that you do grow and change for the better. And he's right there beside you, and I still want to go out fishing with you. So know that he's around you, and he's sharing humor and laughter and love, and he'll always be there for you. And I leave you with his blessings. Thank you. Wow, I never wanted to fish so much. I feel like he had a good boat, too. All right, let's see who else is here. Okay, I have a young girl who's coming in. She feels not too old. I feel like she's maybe early 20s, tops. She's feels to me very young. I feel like she passed well before her time, she says, and I feel like she passed from an accident. She said it was an accident, and they have to know that. Her passing was an accident. She keeps saying that. She's not showing me how she passed, but she wants you to know it was all an accident, and it wasn't intended to be. I feel like she's talking directly to her mother. Her mother is still here, and I feel like she has a brother as well, and she feels some regret on how things were left. She said, you know, in life, some days you leave each other and everything is good, and some days you go off into your day and everything's not so good. That's just life. That's just how it happens. It doesn't mean the memory of her has to be of that time that you weren't getting along. And she said, I want you to erase all the second guessing you're doing. I feel like she's got an eraser, and she's trying to bring you back to the days when everything was fine, everything was perfect, and when you said goodbye to each other, you gave each other a hug, and everything was happy. And she wants that to be the lost time, the lost memory, not the other memories. She said, if you go back in life, there's all kinds of memories. There are all kinds of days that we live through, and we can't pick and choose which one is which. But when we need to look at a memory of the last time we spent with someone, we need to put it in the memory that we had that was positive and loving, because that's what the real energy of the heart is. So she's trying to bring memories around her mother and those people that she shared her life with. She wants to bring back the memories of loving each other and to let you know that she loves you very much. And she just held up this big heart-shaped lollipop. I feel like it would have been something you would have given her on Valentine's Day, a big hot lollipop. And she said, it's the sweetness of her heart that is in there. I feel like she wants to give you a heart-shaped lollipop for Valentine's Day. And she wants you to remember all the love and sweetness that was always in her heart for you. And that never left, even when she was angry, even when she was upset, even when she was feeling sad and lonely. That's just part of life, part of the emotions that we all go through. But it never takes away the love that was held in her heart. And she knows nothing could ever take away the love that you held in your heart for her. And I feel like she just wants to give you a big hug and tell you how much she loves you and how very present she is with you, and to know that she's sharing that love with you today on Valentine's Day, but also every other day. And please just remember her as loving you. Remember the happy moments that you shared, and let everything else go, because nothing else mattered. The only thing that mattered was the love you shared, and that always was there throughout it all. So get rid of those memories that don't make you smile, and just smile and remember me and know how much I love you. And I leave you with her great love and so much emotion that she brings to you and for you. Mm-hmm. And I think we have time for one more. Yeah. Okay, have a gentleman who's coming in. I feel like this is a young man. I feel like he's probably, if he's in his 40s, he looks younger than that, but I feel like he was in his 40s when he passed. But he was a really good-looking guy. I feel slim and fairly tall with him. I feel well-groomed with him. I feel like he's clean-shaven, and he always looked his best. I feel like I'm neat as a pin with him when I go out. I put on my best clothes, and I feel like he would have always made a good impression. He's got a beautiful smile, very personable guy. I feel like he would have had a lot of friends. He knew a lot of people. I feel like he may have worked in business, because I feel like he understands a lot of things. I feel like he understands numbers. And I also feel like he may have worked with stocks or certificates. I feel like he's in finance. I'm very intelligent with him. I feel like he's well-schooled, and he had high intelligence, and he always was sought out for answers. If people were wondering what should be done in this market or that market, they'd look out for him. And he was always happy to share his expertise. I feel very laid back with him. I feel like in work he would have been high stress and busy and, on edge a bit. But I feel like when I relaxed, I was at ease, and I could go with the flow and just enjoy life. And I feel like he's given me the sense that he was like two different people. At work, he was this guy, and at play, he was somebody completely different, that he let his hair down and just relaxed. And I feel like he would have liked to have gone to the beach. He's showing me a house on the beach and a place where he could relax and just be at ease and be with the people he loved. I feel like he has a large circle of people he knew and loved. So when there's a gathering, there's a lot of people. It's not just 2 or 3. And I feel like those are his best memories, when they would just be at the beach, and there'd be 30 of them down at the beach having a wonderful time. I'm playing on the beach, what's that game? Badminton? Or tennis on the beach. I feel like I'm running and playing and hitting a ball, and I feel like there's a lot of activity with him. I'm also seeing boats with him. I feel like he would have liked boats and would have liked to have gone out for rides out into the ocean. And I feel like there's also fishing with him. So I feel like when he's going out on the water, they're going really deep sea fishing because they're very special rods off the ship, off the boat that I'm seeing. So I feel like his life was very balanced in the things that he did. He worked hard, he played hard, and I feel like his passing would have been very sudden. I feel like there was a heart issue, and it happened just like that. One minute he's here, the next minute he's gone. He said it was quite a shock to his system to realize he wasn't alive anymore, and it took him a while to get settled into the spirit world. But I do feel like he's been there for a number of years, and he's very settled now, and I feel like he's happy to reach out to his family and his friends. I feel like he did have a wife, and that's who I really want to draw near to and let her know that he's okay, that he's fine, and that everything that they shared is still in his memory. All the love that they shared together is still in his heart. And I feel like he wants to let her know that that love never ends, that love will always be there for her, and that he's always looking out for her. I feel like he's like winking at her, which would have been something he'd do, and he's just got this devilish wink and smile that makes you think he's up to something. And it just was a charm that he had about him. But I feel like he's winking at you now, and he's sending his love and wanting you to know that that love never ends, that he'll always be there for you anytime you need him. And I feel like he wants you to know that you can talk to him, that he's listening, and he knows how hard it is for you. He knows how difficult it is, especially when you go to the beach, because he's not there. But remember, he is there. And he's there in the little hot stone rocks that you find. He's there in the shells. He's there in the sand. He's there all around you. So don't forget, enjoy your life. And he'll be enjoying it side by side with you. He doesn't have to be in the physical to be beside you. And yes, he is. And he wants you to know that. So I leave you with his blessings and so much love on this Valentine's Day. He blows you a kiss that says, Happy Valentine's Day. I love you. And he would have brought you flowers. So here's the proverbial flowers. I wish I had some to give you. And I leave you with his blessings and lots of love. And I know that there are so many here from the spirit side of life who want to reach out to the people that they loved in their lives. And they all want you to know that they're still there. You haven't lost them. So don't be sad this Valentine's Day. Celebrate the love that you shared with them. And know that they are celebrating with you. And now we have just a few announcements. Lots going on here at the Greater Boston Church of Spiritualism as we move forward. Some upcoming events that we will be holding on Zoom. On Sunday, February 28th at 1 p.m., we will be having a gallery with our church mediums. If you make a donation of $10 or more and mention the gallery, we will send you the link. So please make sure it includes your email, because we can't send a link to you if you don't put your email in. And you can make donations on the website or on Venmo at GBCS, GBC Spiritualism, or on Facebook. But make sure to mention gallery and your email. We also will be having a monthly book share. It's going to be the fourth Thursday of the month. Next one is Thursday, February 25th. It's promoting healing and understanding, and this month the focus is on racism, and we will be discussing difficult conversations with the uncomfortable conversations with the black man, white fragility, and color of law. You don't have to have read all 3 books. It's just a place to come to discuss what these books have taught you or helped you to understand. Please email me if you're interested, and I will send you the link. There is no cost for that book share, and it will be held the 4th Thursday of the month. We also add Fun Friday game nights. It's the first Friday of the month from 7 to 8. Also, email if you're interested, and we will send the link. Dominic Bogue is going to be doing an entire weekend in March. He has a workshop scheduled for Saturday, March 13th on clairvoyance. It will be from 11 to 3, and a gallery on Sunday, March 14th at 1 p.m. The cost of the workshop is $50, and that will include a gallery entrance. For just the gallery, it's $20. And when payment is received, the link will be sent. So please, in your comment, write Dominic and include your email as well. Our Social Justice Committee is very busy, and they will be presenting a racial healing program. The first gathering will be Sunday, February 21st, where people will be placed in small groups with a facilitator, and they will meet every other week at a convenient time to discuss the information given and the exercises that will be given to do during the week. If you're interested and want more information about it, you can email me, or and you'll get the link, and you can come on Sunday, February 21st to hear a little bit more about it. I believe that's at 3 o'clock. But send an email if you're interested, and we will get all the information to you. It sounds like a wonderful healing program. Development classes and the Introduction to Spiritualism class will be starting the first week of April. And we will be having a Welcome Spring Circle on Zoom for all of our students on Monday, March 22nd at 7. All students need to register in advance in order to receive the link, and I need to know, even if you have been in class with me before, you need to register with me in order to attend. So that needs to be happening now so that I can get the links out to all. And just a reminder, donations to the church can be made on the website or on Venmo at GBC Spiritualism, and also on Facebook. And we appreciate all the support you give us. You keep us alive, so thank you. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please share the videos so as many people that want to can see our services. And now let us close our service with the closing prayer. Infinite Spirit God, we give thanks for the healing, the light, and the love that we've received here today. We give thanks for the wisdom that we received from the spirit world, and for the love that has enfolded us all. Help us to live in your love and to carry your love out into the world. Help us to shine your light so that we may be a beacon of love in this world for others. We give thanks for your presence in and around us as we say, Amen. God bless you all. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.